When you think about the Orlando Magic, you think about these incredible highs and these really frustrating lows. For over 3 decades, they've been this franchise defined by these larger-than-life superstars, followed by this constant search to start all over again. It's really the story of a team built on dreams, always trying to capture lightning in a bottle. It's a great question, right? Back in the mid-80s, the idea of professional basketball in Orlando, it seemed like a total fantasy. I mean, everybody assumed that Miami or maybe Tampa were Florida's only real shots for a team. So how on earth did they actually pull it off? Well, it all kicked off with one ambitious idea and, honestly, a whole lot of hustle. The journey from just a concept to being a real live NBA team happened remarkably fast. And what's just wild is how quickly this all came together. I mean, in 1985, it's just a conversation between a couple of guys. But by 1987, after they managed to convince city officials to build an arena and then made this powerful pitch to the NBA, boom, Orlando was in. It was a total whirlwind journey. And this quote from co-founder Jim Hewitt just nails the origin of the team's name. It wasn't some marketing gimmick. The story goes that after co-founder Pat Williams' 7-year-old daughter suggested magic during a visit, it just stuck. It perfectly captured the whole spirit of a city built around the Magic Kingdom. And you gotta understand, this wasn't just another team showing up. The Magic were the first ever major league professional sports franchise in the entire Orlando area. So this arena, it instantly became the heart of a brand new sports community. And that new community, while they did not have to wait very long for a reason to get incredibly excited, because a golden age was about to arrive, and it came in the form of a true, unstoppable force of nature. Just look at that jump. In 1992, the Magic win the draft lottery and they select Shaquille O'Neal. The impact was immediate and it was absolutely seismic. He didn't just improve the team, he literally doubled their win total. And get this, he was the first rookie voted as an all-star starter since Michael Jordan himself. Then, in what has to be one of the most unbelievable strokes of luck in sports history, the Magic won the lottery again in 1993. So they draft Chris Webber and immediately trade him for this electric guard, Penny Hardaway. And just like that, Orlando had one of the most exciting duos in the entire league. I mean, the rise was just stunningly fast. They made it to the NBA Finals faster than almost any expansion team in history. And think about this for a second. They were the last team to ever eliminate a Michael Jordan-led Bulls team from the playoffs. This team wasn't just good, they were a legit cultural phenomenon. And just as quickly as it all began, it was over. Shaq felt underappreciated by the organization and, yeah, the local media too. His departure to LA was a massive blow. It was a total gut punch that sent the franchise reeling and really started this recurring theme that would haunt them for years. Okay, so this next phase of Magic history, well, it's gonna feel a little familiar. A little bit like déjà vu. The team proved, once again, that it could find incredible talent. But holding on to it, and actually building a sustainable winner around it, that turned out to be another story entirely. You can just see the parallel here, right? First, Tracy McGrady comes along, an absolutely electrifying scorer, putting up historic numbers, but they just can't get over the hump. Then comes another #1 pick, Dwight Howard, a dominant center who leads them all the way back to the finals. But both eras end the exact same way, with unhappiness and trades that leave the franchise right back at square one. But, it's important to remember that the Dwight Howard era wasn't just a solo act. Players like Hato Turkoglu were absolutely crucial. His all-around skill and his clutch play were just the perfect complement to Howard's dominance inside. He was a huge reason they made that 2009 finals run. And when you boil it all down, you get this number, 2. It really tells the story of the franchise, doesn't it? 2 brilliant peaks, 2 trips to the biggest stage in basketball, each built around a once-in-a-generation center. But both times, they came up just short. So after the whole Dwight Mare saga ended with that huge trade in 2012, the franchise entered its longest and probably its most difficult period of rebuilding yet. And this was the tough reality of that rebuild. The team completely bottomed out. They had to endure season after season of some really frustrating losses as they just desperately tried to find a new identity. And of course, a new star to build around. This whole era was really just defined by instability. We're talking 6 straight years without any playoff basketball. a constant revolving door of coaches and executives. It was a period marked by a total lack of direction, which was such a huge contrast to those clear, superstar-led eras of the past. But then, just as it had happened before, the franchise's fortune turned on the bounce of a few little lottery balls. Yep, for the fourth time, they landed the top prize. And with that pick, they selected the forward from Duke, Paolo Banchero, hoping that he would finally be the cornerstone to end this long, painful cycle of rebuilding. And his impact? It was immediate and completely undeniable. Right out of the gate, he established himself as a go-to scorer, easily earning Rookie of the Year. By just his second season, he was already an all-star, and, most importantly, he had the Magic back in the playoffs, competing again. And that really captures the vibe around the team right now. After all those years wandering in the wilderness, there's this real, tangible sense of momentum. There's a belief that this young core is finally building something special, something that could last. Which, of course, brings us to the ultimate question. The Magic have been here before, right? With Shaq, with T-Mac, with Dwight. They've found the talent. The question is, can Paolo Banchero be the one to not only bring them to the top, but to actually keep them there? That's the question that's going to define the next era of Orlando Magic basketball.